Hello and welcome to episode 104 of the Talk Nintendo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Casey Gibson, and joining me this fine evening, the one, the only, Mr. Perry Burkham.
Hey, Casey.
What's up, Jerkum?
Oh, just the first podcast in my new chair that I got.
Ooh, it's nice and comfy.
It's a pretty fancy chair. It's like it has, like it like even like a little like ottoman thing like slides out of the bottom.
Oh well, look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants.
I'm reclined right now, and I'm just looking out the window. The wind is blowing, and I'm pretty sure the wind is going to be blowing very, very much where you are.
Yep.
Probably when this episode posts.
Yeah, everyone will be listening like, wow, Casey sounds like he's doing all right down there.
Yeah, you're going to have your own flood story like Johnny.
Oh, God, I hope not.
Let's just put it this way. If it's up to, if it's flooding in your room, aren't you above, aren't you on the second level or something?
No, we're on the first level, but I guess we're like above sea level, though, where we're at, so hopefully we should be good on that front. But yeah, dang old Florence rolling through.
Which is the best name for a hurricane ever.
Yeah. Hurricane Florence, bringing the heat.
Oh, Florence, I'm really scared of that one.
Yeah, it's a Category 4 now. I don't know if it's going to make it to 5 or not, but yeah, it's...
Maybe it'll just die, Yeah, it's Florence. It sounds like it's 95 years old anyway.
Yeah, well, my work is closed the remainder of the week already, so we've got that, which is nice, I guess.
Wow.
And yeah, just sort of waiting it out to hope that it goes more north, which would be bad for North Carolina and Virginia, but... Sorry, Josh and Terrence.
It kept going north, and the only place it really impacted was Long Island.
Yeah. You know what? My parents, they're selling the house. If it got destroyed from a hurricane, I guess they would get the money back, and they'd just be able to move quicker. It might actually be a win-win.
But who cares if it destroys 100,000 houses?
As long as it destroys my parents.
As long as I cash in on the insurance.
Yeah, it's just like, finally back from the wedding, getting ready to go into a normal swing of things, and it's like, well, let's just throw another monkey wrench in your plans. But we've got I've got all my 3DSs charging. I've got my Switch going, so I figure if we do lose some power, or at least have some hours of entertainment. I should have picked up Wario Gold just for the occasion, but...
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I figured have some entertainment in that form, and hopefully
you probably
it's
have
not too bad.
A DS RPG. Don't you have that one that's coming to Switch? That
The World Ends With You?
Yeah, there you go. Boom.
Yeah. I was thinking it's like, I could start that, but then it's like, even I've got 3DSs now, so it's like, how many hours is that really going to give you?
Well,
probably not that many.
You don't have a DS Lite?
I guess I do, but I don't know if I have a charger for it.
What?
I've got a couple DS Lites, actually.
I
found that, I remember you got me that black one, and then I found that white one. I found the white one when I was moving, so.
Boom.
But yeah, no, I don't think I have a charge for that. But yeah, I don't know. I'll be fine, hopefully.
You'll be fine. I'll fly out there if you need anything.
Yeah. You'll just I'll be drowned, and you'll be like, here's the DS Lite charger, and you spike it to me. Thanks, Perry.
That's the best image I've ever had in my head.
You're I pictured you on a chopper, but on one of those sort of the wooden little ladders you throw out, but on the ropes
with
too.
Camo on.
Yeah, and you're like, here you go, bud,
and a gun over my back.
Eleanor's got goggles, and she's holding up the ladder from inside the helicopter.
Jill's flying. This sounds amazing. Oh my goodness. Anyway, let's quit boring the people with our funny stories.
With our anecdotes?
Yeah, with our anecdotes. We have 4 games to talk about here. No really quick bites, just kind of right into the main entree, right into the deep dish.
I'm ready for that slice of pizza.
Dude, after this, I'm getting a pizza with double pepperoni from this place. It's so good. So I can't wait.
Yeah, we picked up a DiGiorno's, but it's got that cheese in the crust.
Good old DiGiorno. Oh, dude, cheese in the crust. It's really not overrated.
I don't know why it's not a standard practice at this point.
Yeah, I mean, there's no carbs. It's perfect. It just adds cheese.
Cheese is just so good. Cheese is the best thing ever.
I know. You're right.
Ever.
It
really is.
You're right.
It's like, I'm trying to think of something. It's like one ingredient.
Donuts are pretty good. I don't know, but cheese.
But cheese is like so quintessential to so many different dishes.
It is. Anyway,
let's cancel this podcast and go get some nachos or something.
I am hungry. But first, let's talk about these games. And the first one we have up this week is a really interesting game. And now I'm wondering,
good thing you did your research.
Let me, because I remember this one actually kind of had a big, what do you call it?
What do you call it?
Embargo. And what is today?
Today is how could you forget?
All right, so we're not going to cover this game, actually. There we go. There's one less game to talk about because the embargo is way far away. So,
Jimmy.
I'll start with my with the game that was my game of the week last week for the eShop Roundup, and that is Chiki Chiki Boxy Racers. Yeah, this cute little game that we saw on the eShop Roundup that I was just like, little voxel looking racer, kind of a RC Pro. I think that's what they call that style. Kind of looking game with like 1 to 8 multiplayer online. There's also all these little battle modes. I was like, this looks great. $10. And I didn't pay $10. I just requested a code from them. but anyway, so
but it is $10.
It is $10. And I was just thinking this would be great to pop out for a party when my family comes over or anything that it's an easy single Joy-Con game and there's up to 8 players. There's not a lot of games for that. So I was like, this would be good. It's easy to understand, So didn't know how it would play. I asked Justin Nation and he said it's great. So
of course he knew.
Bonus. Yeah. You got to ask him. And so yeah, I got it, and I started playing in it, and I'm happy to tell you that it's actually a pretty fun little game. I mean, it's no Mario Kart.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, what is?
Nothing.
Just Mario Kart.
The funny thing about that is the song that plays when you do the race is like totally Mario Kart. It's really funny. I'll get more into the music later. But yeah, so it's a really ultra simple racing game. There's a single player mode, as well. And the way that there's 2 ways of controlling, and one way I like better. There's the standard way that you'd think, right? You hold A to accelerate, and you can, turn left and right to do your directions. And then like the thing is because it's kind of that bird's eye isometric view, so
yeah.
So you got to, like part of the fun and part of the
appeal.
Not appeal. What am I looking for? I'm at a loss of words today. I can't of the
Perry,
difficulty.
I'm gonna be okay, bud. The
sorry.
hurricane
I'm
won't be the end
you.
of me yet. I promise.
No, I'm trying to get all my stress out through humor, and it's not working.
Yeah. Well, that's a bold risk when you're not funny.
Not everyone's as funny as you, Cassie.
I realized you just got to make fun of people. You bring another man down.
I know. It's classic. It's funny. I was texting Estuardo, and I was like in Siri, and I mentioned Casey, and it spelled your name like Kacie.
What?
And I didn't change it.
Did I become a stripper?
That's funny. Anyway,
gotta make ends meet, man.
Part of the difficulty of Boxy Racers is, can be that one control scheme. But The other one, which is a way better one, and one I've never really, I mean, it's kind of an obvious thing, but I've never really had it in a racing game. It's just you press in the direction, and it's just all on the analog stick. So you just move around the course just by pressing which direction you want to go. It's really, just super simple, but it feels great, especially in this game, because then you're not misjudging your directions. It's just like, like if I'm going away from the screen, then I press left to turn left, But like if you're doing the other way, if you're coming
right
toward, like, you know what I mean? You have to change your perspective, and you get used to that. But this is a lot easier, so I thought it was pretty cool. There's not too much to the game. There's some like little items and upgrades. Like there's like in a boost. You can get a boost just like a mushroom, And then there's like an invincibility, and I'm not exactly sure what the invincibility does. I think it's either gives you a tiny like little boost the whole way, or I think it makes it so if you go off track,
it'll like pull you back in or something.
It'll just make it so you don't slow down when you go off track,
Oh,
so you
okay.
can kind of cut
so you can sort of, yeah.
And there's there's little ramps and stuff like that. And then you unlock cars, and you can all the different cars have different stats, So there's actually some pretty cool, and then you can change the colors however you want. And then you can go online and play with friends. And actually, I played with Jules, and we got a game easy. I mean, like, it actually was easy to get a game together. We tried playing Human Fall Flat.
Oh, God.
Because it just came out. And they don't have, like, friends.
It was sort of like a fast RMX back in the early heydays
exactly
of the Switch.
Like that. And I was talking all about that with Jules. I was like, this is like... And it's like, we still couldn't do it. So, anyway. But with Chiki Chiki Boxy Racers, we could. And, the one thing that kind of stinks... Well, I tried to get an online match just outside, and there is no one playing. It's just But it would be cool, like, if you could play. Like, I think how all multiplayer games should be is you should be able to get people in a room and then go and play with the rest of, like, and then add in online people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that's what's weird. We were playing Mario Kart. It's just weird you can't do that. Like, it's so weird that you get a party together and you can't just go and play online. You have to play with CPU.
Yeah, it'd be so nice to, like, grab you two and then just go play. And I wonder if, like, they're just worried about maybe you two teaming up or something, or if you had, like, a group of people, like, griefing
Well, how do you
other
team
people,
up in Mario Kart,
I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, I don't know. When there's a will, there's a way. People... if there's a way to try and piss people off, a certain... group of people are going to find that,
Yeah.
But
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no,
I guess
it's still like it's still
thought
frustrating.
They would just annoy everyone by not letting you do that.
yeah. No, I mean, trust me, I get it.
Yeah. So, but Boxy Racers, you can connect easily, and we had not no jank. I mean, there were some, like on Fast when, like, remember when you were playing with and like. People weren't, like, where they're supposed to be, where they said they were. Remember when we were, like
the little rubber banding / lag going on?
Yeah. There's a little bit of that, but for the most part, I mean, that happened, like, one time or two times. For the most part, it was pretty good. But, once again, it was just 1v1, so not super exciting, Mm-hmm. So I think this game, I haven't got a chance to actually play it with a bunch of people in a local sense. But I just know the online works, so if you get a friend, I mean, it's something... and I assumed that, like, if everyone got, a copy, you could all get up in a match, and it'd be pretty fun. So, but it's nothing that's going to hold your attention, like, for hours or anything. Just be fun for, like, a good half hour. You can try the different modes. There's like a Splatoon-type mode where you just have an ink, and you're on this little map, this little rectangle.
That's what sold it, wasn't it? Or at least that really got you interested?
There's like a little Rocket League type mode, a little coin get mode.
Coin
like
runners?
Smash. It's literally one called Smash, and it's just you try to knock people off, and it's good. And of course, we were playing all of them 1v1, and it was pretty frantic, so... I don't know how it's going to be with more players. I don't know if it'll be more fun. Like,
Was it frantic fun? Or is it more just like, frantic?
Kind of in between. It was good on some senses, and some not. And Jules killed me every single time. He won every single match we played. I know it doesn't shock you. Why is it that everyone always beats me at video games?
Maybe it's time to hang up the sticks, Perry.
Hang up the sticks. What does that mean? Is that an expression?
It's like you know when you hang up your gloves.
I thought it was hang up the towel, but what's the sticks? Oh, the analog sticks?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta hang up the sticks, bro.
You're working on a deeper level there. That's great. But anyway, yeah, it was about everything I expected. I thought, there's like 3 sets of, like, the only thing that stinks is like the campaign mode isn't very long, but it's fun, So, there's like 3 sets of levels, and there's like 3 or 4 levels in each, and then like you can do a Grand Prix mode where you play all through. And I kind of trounced everyone like in the first 2, and then the third it was actually the difficulty was getting bigger. So, it's pretty easy, but I guess that's better than like it being super hard. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's better to be really hard, with those types of games. But anyway, that's Chiki Chiki Boxy Racers. So keep that in mind if you see it and it's on a sale or something, and you think, oh, you know what? Or like if there's a bunch of people coming over and you're kind of struggling to find something that maybe could appeal to seriously, like little 5-year-olds could play this, because it's literally moving around with just one stick, and so I think they'd have a lot of fun. So just keep that in mind. I think it's good for definitely for young people, but then they can go online and play. Just like you said, you're probably not going to find any online matches, but if you can find friends to play, it's cool. So
boom boom
boom. But you've been playing a critically acclaimed game that has come out that is an awesome game, and I haven't really talked to you about it at all since you've been playing it.
Yes, and that is The Messenger. Yeah, now this is a game I've been anticipating for quite some time, excuse me. Especially, I first saw it was before it was even announced for the Switch, and I was like, oh, okay, like this game, like it's totally coming to the Switch, I think just looking at it, and
I don't even remember when.
And now, especially how indies, just in general, I feel like you could just almost assume most indies are going to be coming to the Switch.
Yeah.
But yeah, we got to play it at PAX, which of course we've talked about a bunch too, but getting to play just even the limited time at PAX, I knew this was easily a game I was gonna be picking up and playing, so it was one of those games I just sort of didn't even try. I tried not to think too much about it till it came out, You obviously got a code nice and early, so you got to dive in, but I waited until launch day, and oh yeah, like a sucker. But man, it does not disappoint. I've crossed into the 16-bit era of the game. I feel like I'm just up to the point where like you're sort of going to be jumping back and forth.
Okay.
But one thing I want to say is just like, I know we've talked about this game a bunch already, so it just feels so good. As the game goes on, you're getting new abilities. You're upgrading, your abilities, to take less damage, or all of a sudden the little death buddy takes less of the bits away from you when you die.
I got my Corbel button.
Dang, Corbel.
Up on my... Did you get any of those buttons?
I think I might have. I don't know where they are.
I have a merchant button. It's awesome.
Oh, the merchant is... I know that, too, has been talked about a lot. So funny. The story is just like... breaking the fourth wall. It was funny, like, the one part, they're like, oh, I guess you didn't watch the trailer, when it was mentioning, like, when you sort of transition from 16, from 8 to 16-bit. And, just very self-aware and funny. But one thing I think is really stands out to me is just, like, the bosses. All the bosses I've faced have been amazing. Well-designed, enough challenge where it's like you're not going to go in there and just one-shot it and like without knowing anything about it, you're not going to go in there and just be like, oh, killed it, like easy peasy. You're going to go in there, you're going to die a few times, and then you're going to sort of, oh, okay, now I've seen the pattern, like I get what's going on now, and then you feel comfortable, and you feel like you can actually, you know, learn the fight and sort of execute it that way. And to me, it's just, I love how after it feels like most of the fights, it turns out the bad guy's not that bad, you know, like, or like some sort of circumstance came up and you're like, oh, okay, like you guys leave on a friendly note, you know, and it's sort of, I sort of like that humor involved with it too. I mean,
gotcha.
It's just really a wonderful game. You know, I had my brother's wedding this past weekend, so it's like I was away, so I didn't get to play a ton of games, but you know, I was actually with the Mega Man 11 demo coming out. I was like, you know what? I should download that demo so I could talk a little bit about it on the podcast. And then I stopped for a second. I was like, you know what? I'd rather just play The Messenger. Like I don't even want to play Mega Man right now. It's like The Messenger is so good. I'm just going to go back and play some of that. So
did you say you pre-ordered Mega Man?
No.
11?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, there's a demo out,
gotcha,
though.
Yeah, I've actually, I just, on a side note, I played like 5 minutes of that, and it's pretty good. So
yeah, no, I've heard some good things, and like I said, I will probably check it out at some point. But it was just like, I just remember I was like, you know what, I could do that, or I could just keep playing this game I'm really enjoying. So I'm hoping to polish that game off and then go back and wrap up Hyperlight Drifter this weekend. And then Torna comes out. I'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah. You have that pre-ordered? I mean, are you getting that for sure?
I mean, I have it pre-ordered, and I believe it comes out this Friday. But with the hurricane and stuff, I don't know if that means all the shipments to the stores are going to be super delayed, or like what the deal is going to be with that. So you might have to
loot the stores. Before. I mean,
there's a lone crazed maniac down at Best Buy.
He took all the Xenoblade 2 DLC codes.
Yeah, and nothing else. No, yeah,
and he paid for them.
Yeah. He swiped his store card and everything. He said he did not want to miss out on the points.
That's so funny.
But yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna pick that game up. I'm very excited. Like I said, I've been sort of feeling an RPG, and what's great about this is it's like it's not gonna be so long. You know what I mean? Like, because it is DLC, so I think it's gonna probably be, you know, around 20 hours still. But at least, you know, that's like, it's a lot, but it's not like another 60 hours, you know? So it's going to be nice to be able to jump back into Xenoblade and sort of get into that, and then not have to be like, well, I'm at a commish for 3 weeks while I play this, you know?
Right.
But yeah, no, the Messenger, I mean, honestly, I'd go as far as to say it's one of the best games I've played all year. I'm not going to say it's the best. Sure. I'd have to look back and put in the, you know, see the list, but it is definitely up there, and definitely a game I think everyone, you know, should at least, I know we said, at least check it out to see if it might be your cup of tea, but it really is a very, very, very good game. But yeah, moving along to a game we haven't really talked about, at least in a long while, is this next game you've been playing.
If you listened to the podcast last week, and if you're listening now, Atui is having an amazing sale on the Switch. All their stuff is half off. And I hadn't picked up Xeodrifter yet, so I picked it up, and I'm going to talk about Xeodrifter. Now, have you played this before?
No, sir.
You haven't? Okay. Oh, man.
I've seen it in action. You know, some videos and stuff, but...
I played this on 3DS, not when it launched, but I think not too far after it launched. I just remember I didn't pick it up at launch. And I remember playing through it, and I really liked it. It didn't, like, stick with me, like, forever. But I remember I liked it. You know, and I don't know what it is, but... playing through it now, it was like I forgot how awesome and tight this game is, and it's really not that long, and it's kind of a perfect like little bite-sized Metroidvania game, and it's cool because it's totally like Mutant Mudds and Metroid put together. It really feels like that. It's the thing that I forgot is that it's super fast paced. So it's not like Mutant Mudds. It has a momentum in the physics, you know? Like, you know how Max doesn't really have any sort of any momentum when he walks, you know? It's everything is very straight and tight forward in Mutant Mudds. Well, this, you know, you run and then it kind of slows down and you can jump really far and high, you know.
Well, I'll tell you the truth. What scares me about this game is the fact that it's a Metroidvania, you know. It's like generally, I feel like I start to play those games and then I lose interest too quickly.
I totally hear you. I know, and that's why I think the reason why I think this game is amazing is because it doesn't overstay its welcome at all. It's a really good. I mean, I would put it more. It's like I'm just gonna say I don't think there's any difference between a Metroidvania and a Zelda game. I think they're the same style. It's just one side-scrolling. I mean, there's no difference. It's an action-adventure. It's a side-scrolling action-adventure game.
I guess it just doesn't... Like, when you're playing more of like a Zelda where it's, more top-down, I guess this backtracking doesn't feel as, you know, prevalent because it's like, oh, you're going back the same way, but like it's not like verbatim, like, oh, it's the same exact steps.
Right, exactly. And I totally get that. Like, don't get me wrong. So, but with this game, I mean, it's very fast paced, and you're kind of constantly, on a very easy level get upgrades, and it's really cool because it's really smartly done because it's not, you don't get any other weapons besides your blaster. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna. Anyway,
Spoilers!
You don't get all the. You don't get like a boomerang. You know, all this stuff. You know what I mean? But I guess that's kind of the same with Metroid, I guess. But yeah, it's more like you get upgrades to yourself. You know, so
your abilities.
Yeah, and it's really cool. And then you're also getting like the big thing that you collect along the way is you can get upgrades to your gun. That you can customize your gun, how it shoots in any way you want. Really, really smart and really cool. So, like, one of the ways is, the bullets will be bigger and it will do more damage. It's like, okay, that's an obvious good one. One of them's faster. You know, it'll shoot faster. One of them, it will spread. It will do, it'll spread as you shoot. So, like, you can kind of tackle an area. And then one of them is cool. It's like a wave. Like, it zigzags up and down. And it's awesome because it's like, if you duck and you shoot, you can get like enemies beneath the plane.
Oh, so it like on the... Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, instead of like having to like jump over them and attack them, you can kind of just duck on the plane and get them.
Snipe them.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And pro tip, and I don't know if I feel like this is one thing that this game. One thing to know about this game, it's extremely hard, like way more tough than I remember. Like, this is a tough game because what it is, and this will give you a good idea of the scope of the game. Case is that, like, you have a ship and there's 4 planets and you can go to any order you want. So it's open. It's completely open, right? And you're going to go around and you're going to, you'll explore just a little bit and you'll realize, okay, I can't go past this point. Okay, I probably can't be on this planet. I'll go back to my ship, and then you'll go to the next one, and until you figure out where to go. But then you're also taking like mental note, and you're unlocking a map of each area that you can look at every time. So you can always just hit like select, and it'll pull up the menu, and you'll see every map on every planet, so you can remember like where stuff is. So it's not like too annoying, but it's not. But it's also kind of the old school part of it is like. Kind of explore. It's definitely exploration based. So you kind of figure out what to do and like, okay, I can't do that right now. I can't wait till I get an upgrade that I can do that. And so you'll go to each planet and you go until total normal level layouts with bosses and enemies and they'll kill you quickly if you're not good and but then you'll end up at the boss's level. And you'll know because there's like a little thing with it's a little enemy spawn point that you can get health by shooting the enemies. They do that on Metroid too. And then you go in and then you can face the boss. Now the cool thing is like if you lose to the boss, which you will lose many times, you don't go back to your ship. Once you're at the boss, you save. I mean, you're there. But the thing is, anytime before you get there, and you'll go all the way back to your ship. But it doesn't feel that bad because it's not that big of a huge level. So, you know what I mean? So, it's not like this like huge, I'm trekking for 5-10 minutes through a place, and then I die and I gotta go and redo it all again. It's like, it's very, very fluid and fast. But then you beat the guy, and then you gotta, and the funny thing is you gotta make it back to your ship. After you, like...
Yeah, once they kill it, yeah. Otherwise...
You kill the boss, otherwise you gotta start at where you killed the boss, you know? So it's like this funny little kind of... It's kind of like the gameplay's kind of mixed up into sections, like getting to the boss, and then killing the boss, and then getting back.
It's like Wario Land Shake
sections.
Yeah, minus, I mean, kind of. I guess you don't really fight a boss. It's usually just grabbing that coin or whatever.
You're not being raced back, but it's really cool because, you know, once you beat the boss, you'll get an upgrade. Then afterwards, you'll probably find a health and a gun upgrade somewhere that you can now obtain with that weapon. And then you can customize yourself, and then you go back to your ship, and then you go back to a different planet. Awesome gameplay loop. Really fun, really tight. And then, you get to the end, and the end's amazing. It has this really cool thing. But the thing to keep in... The thing that I kept in mind was just like, it's such a nice little experience. I don't even know how long it must have taken me 3 hours, probably, maybe less. I really don't know. It was my second time through. I was going to say the pro tip for the bosses, because this is a very hard game. I don't think it counts as spoilers. It's just if you don't want to know a tip, you gotta upgrade. You gotta upgrade the bullets to be bigger, so they do more damage. That's like, and then the speed. And the cool thing is at any time case you can swap them however you want, because you'll get like a point that you can use, and then you can customize your gun at any moment, at any time. So like, you know, there's like 6 slots for each of them, so you can put like, you could upgrade your speed 6 slots, and then it'll be, you know, and then
boom, yeah.
So, really cool. I highly recommend it. I'm serious. I think you would love it. And because it's not... It doesn't have time to lose your interest. Because, you know, because I know what you're saying, too. Like, I know that I haven't really been... But, like, lately I've just realized, you know, I kind of understand, like, Metroidvania is not my favorite genre at all. I mean, I don't mind it. And I love... Like, Metroid Prime I love. But that's because it's a 3D, you know, open.
Yeah, it feels different, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I totally get it. Like, even, like, playing through Samus Returns, like, you know, I didn't make it through that game. I didn't like it that much.
I played, like, 10 minutes, or 20 minutes, whatever it was, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's awesome. I'm glad they made it. You know what I mean? Like, I
forgot what else came out at that point. I feel like there was some other game that just stole my attention away, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it was on the 3DS. I think that's what it was. It's just... I don't want to play 3DS. But I guess you were probably playing in 5 RPGs at that time.
Yeah, I was like, can't handle another one.
Yeah. But
not that that's an RPG. But.
Yeah, I would highly, highly, highly recommend Xeodrifter, especially if you can get it right now for $4.99. Oh my goodness. What a steal of a deal.
Steal of the deal, baby.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a masterpiece. It's a cute little perfect, tight packaged game that's awesome. So and then also on the Atui front, I got my Mutant Mudds physical from Super Rare.
Is it beautiful?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
They have a lot of extra goodies, right?
Yeah, it has the sleeve on it too. Unlike any other game that I have, like it has a protective sleeve over it. You know, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it has
it's
trading
nice.
cards and stickers and a manual, and it's awesome. So, I don't know if there's any more copies left, but you can check it out. It's super rare.
Yeah, I see every once in a while, like usually, whether it's super rare or limited runs, like all of a sudden they'll just have like a random tweet. They'll be like, "Hey, there's still a couple available," you know, like.
Yeah, but they probably there's 100 copies left.
Hurry, come and get them.
Yeah,
it's like they're ringing the dinner bell, you know.
Yep. So, anyway, I think that's gonna do it for what we've been playing. I took off 2 games because you can't talk about it.
Dang and bargains.
That's okay, because that just leaves us more time for the eShop Roundup, which we will have right after this quick break, so that I can cough without having to cough into the mic. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, baby. Alrighty, we are back. Perry is cough-free, and I think we are ready to get into the
The eShop Roundup. eHaw.
I love the eShop Roundup.
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
It's a great roundup of we wrestle up all those eShop titles that you might have missed. Doesn't look like there's a ton this week.
Yeah, no, I was actually I was
20.
like, oh wow, we got a light week for a change here.
Thank you,
Jeebus.
Yeah. First up, we have Slice, Dice, and Rice, which is fantastic. $17.99. This is what kind of game is this?
It almost looks like a fighting game. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a fighting game.
Every duel a fleeting.
Oh man, the screenshots look.
Yeah, no, this is
awesome.
a fighting game. Looks like a nice 2D fighting game.
Yeah.
Really cool art style.
Parts of them look like that Mad World.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, no, I really like the art style. It's pretty cool.
Totally.
Interesting. And it's from Arc System Works.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have to wait long, Perry.
I know.
But we got ourselves a week.
It's our hamster toss, baby. ACA Neo Geo Ninja Commando, which is the best name ever.
I know. I feel like those are two words that don't often go together, you know?
I know. Ninja Commando. Okay, so I'm looking at the sumo wrestlers, and the one on the left, it took me a while to figure out exactly what that was.
I think he's doing a standing.
Yeah, he's
split.
doing a handstand. He's also has his. Dude, the sprite work in this game is amazing.
It's just, it's like, what is that foot doing there?
His crotch is in the air.
The primitive age, I know.
Looks fantastic.
They must be spiders, men. Let's attack them.
2-player action arcade game. So that looks fun, dude.
Ooh, that's amazing.
But
next
I
up
know
here,
what you're thinking.
We've got. Wait, you got something? You thinking something?
I know what you're thinking. Where is our Kentucky Robo Chicken?
I've been waiting weeks.
And it's here. From Solid 9 for $2.49, we have Kentucky Robo Chicken. The game is intended for players who do not fear to take a real challenge.
Ooh. It sort of looks like maybe Super Meat Boy, like trying to be, you know? Like I see some screenshots with like
Super Meat Boy Forever, like
like buzz saws everywhere like. and
yeah,
interesting. $2.49, little budget game.
So you see the title screen there, and it says Kentucky Robo Chicken. You know,
sure do.
What's that thing underneath it?
That looks like some sort of cloaked man stealing, whatever that red thing is, which also happens to be on top of the chicken's head.
Okay. Well,
so maybe you have a couple lives or something. Maybe those, or I don't know. Interesting.
But next up we have Monkey King, Master of the Clouds.
A huge Japanese coin-op hit developed by Hot B in 1989.
Oh, cool. This is funny. I like the earlobes on that floating
on the
Jabba Wabba.
Yeah. I like the sprite work in general. Like the backgrounds look pretty cool.
Yeah, looks great. And the the remaster
arcade
looks
shooter.
good. You know, like it looks like it pixel perfect. Like it looks nice. So.
$4.99 looks like it could be a little fun game.
Right on, and it won't eat your soul like this next game, Shikondo Soul Heater.
Soul Eater, you
Soul
weirdo.
Eater.
You gonna heat it up before you eat it?
Well, don't you?
This looks like
I love
crazy.
I love a nice melty soul.
Yeah, I like it melted on my burger. Bullet hell going up. So beautiful hungry. Bullet hell. There you go. $12.59 down from $13.99. It actually looks pretty cool.
It does look cool.
Interesting art style.
Beautiful.
They were not lying when they called it a beautiful bullet hell.
Thank you. Well, next up we have Gone Home.
You gone home?
$14.99. Something I've heard about this game so many times. I mean, this is a famous game.
Yeah, this is a very popular game. I feel like it's.
I like the family portrait.
Which one? Yeah,
that's a nice family.
That guy's name's James.
Yeah. Or Scott.
But yeah, like I guess this is one of the more popular sort of adventure, like I don't want to say walking sims.
Walking sim, right? Isn't that what they call? No, I think that's what they called. Like
yeah, where you're just sort of going. It's like a point and click adventure, except you can walk around.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, very popular. So that's good. Next up here, we got a game I talked about last week.
That's right.
Lifeless Planet, the Premier Edition,
which is 25% off for $14.99.
Yeah, you can check out my review on Nintendo World Report. It is an interesting story, sort of a rough experience. But
I know that Estuardo's been enjoying it.
Yeah, like I said, it hasn't been. It wasn't terrible, but I don't know. It's just the platforming sort of poopy, you know.
Yeah, no, I hear you. The screenshots don't look half bad, to be honest.
Like I said, it reminds me of like N64, you know.
Yeah. Anyway, next up we have
Bro
Force.
$12.74 down from $14.99.
$12.74. I've actually been playing this, and we're gonna play this week, and we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah, we're gonna get some co-op action going on, so that should be
great, dude.
Should be good fun.
And I want to say, online co-op is a lot of fun, and it works. And so, there's not enough, if any, online platformer co-op. Now, let's hope that changes on Thursday when this episode posts. When they announce
the old announcement. What are you, Sean Connery?
Mario Bros. U. Yes,
I've got an announcement.
Yes, I am. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe with online co-op.
That would be
amazing. That would be amazing, dude. But what else would be amazing is this next game, another critically famous game, Hyper Light Drifter Special Edition, that you talked about last week as well, and you liked the game.
Yeah.
And it didn't hook you at first, and then it hooked you.
Yeah, it was, like I said, I think maybe I bought, like, all right, the hype, it's going to be, like, kicking the doors down from right off the bat.
Yep.
But yeah, no, very fun game. I am looking forward to getting back into it once I wrap up The Messenger. So,
right,
probably be a bit of a quick bite next week.
I hope so. But next up, speaking of quick bites, we have a little quick bite here: Mummy Pinball for $1.99. I bet Justin Nation knows exactly what this was based off of, and
Well, I'm pretty sure it was based off the critically acclaimed movie The Mummy.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
No, I don't know. I'm making that up.
I don't think so.
I was just say I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't quite look like it in the movie.
Justin likes his pinball tables. Really gives away your age there, Justin.
You're old.
You really put the old man, Justin Old Man Nation.
You're mean.
You're the one that called him that.
I said it to his face. You did it behind his back.
No, I'm saying it to his face because I know he's listening. See?
Next up here, we've got Super Inefficient Golf. What a great name for a golf game here.
Name.
$7.99.
Although, it might be good for people to be able to read them. Not you, I just mean the royal you.
Shut up.
Super insufficient.
It's not insufficient.
Yeah. This game looks cute. And although, are these screenshots? Are they?
They don't look like screenshots to me. Although maybe that one does. I don't know. It looks sort of interesting. I love a golf game. I love a good golf game. But it looks like let's see. It looks like you have a different kind of ball. Drop your silly golf stick and start using explosive mines to guide your ball. Place them, choose the right timing, and boom, birdie.
Boom, birdie.
Yeah, it looks sort of cool. It looks visually pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
It does.
Next up here, we've got Full Blast.
Boom.
For $4.79. That's down from the normal $5.99. Blast your way through waves of alien invaders in this retro-style shooter with modern graphics.
Looks fine. Yeah, looks like a shooter.
A nice shmup. I always enjoy a good shmup.
I always wonder. Who did this game? Who's okay, I need to make another shooter.
You know what, though? People love them, so it's if you got a fan base looking for that next sort of indie darling where you can go, hey, this game's actually pretty dang good.
It looks great. No, it looks great, and I know that
Justin probably played it.
I think he liked it. So next up, we have Siggy, a fart for Melusina.
That's disgusting.
I just realized that every time we covered this on the show, people were saying it wrong. They were saying Melusia. It's Melusina. Justin. Anyway.
Looks like he doesn't know everything after all.
We're just bragging on him today, aren't we? Jeez. Justin, we love you. We're just kidding. This game, little pixely game with where a guy farts a lot. That should be his name. Sir Farts a lot. That has to be his name.
Joy Knight Siggy as he runs. No, his name's Siggy.
Boo.
Yeah, missed opportunity.
Yep. Anyway, I've heard it's not bad, and it's only $5. So
a lot of nice little discount games this week. Well, not discount, but bargain.
Like this next one. Oh wait, nope.
Just kidding. SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy for $49.99. Grab a friend, Prairie, and enter the SNK Dream Match.
I'm not gonna forget that you just said Prairie.
You old prairie dog.
Prairie dog. Yeah.
Old prairie dog.
Is this the one? I believe that Don was saying the online was bad in this game.
That's not good for a fighting game.
No, it's not.
But I wonder if that's something they can sort of, like, with patches, sort of stabilize and make that a little bit better. But that'd definitely be something worth keeping an eye on if you are interested in this one. But I think it's a physical version too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so.
I think so. Speaking of physical version, I was just going to say that for this next one. Dust, an Elysian Tale. For $14.99. I believe this is coming from, I think, a Limited Run. They did this?
Maybe? I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure. Anyway, wow, this game looks...
Yeah, this is another game I've heard a lot about. Visually, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. It's like the cartoony and...
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I think it's like...
And it's like Tails on the front of it.
Yeah, it does look like Tails.
Yeah.
With a nice big black border around her.
And it's 999 megabytes.
Just under a giggy. A gigabyte for $14.99. Now,
let's say, okay, Casey, I just got $100. I just found it on the street. What should I do with it?
You should probably send it to me. But if you were hell-bent on buying a Vigi game, you could get yourself, and actually you'll have a little left over with this sale, you can get NBA 2K19, the 20th Anniversary Edition, for $89.99. That is...
Wait, there's a sale?
That is down 10% from $99.99.
It doesn't say that on my Switch.
On mine it does.
I can buy it for $99.99. I wonder... I bet it's because you have...
Oh, I want... Yeah,
NBA 2K18.
Yeah, that might be it. I lied. You'd have to pay full price. Sucker.
But I can get 500... I can get 500 gold coins. Actually, I think that's $5, right?
Let's see. NBA 2K19 20th edition includes the following: 1,000 virtual currency, 50,000 My Team points, 20 My Team League packs delivered one a week,
virtual
10 My Team Heat Check packs delivered once a week beginning at the start of the NBA season, a Sapphire LeBron James and Sapphire Anna Takapu. I know I should know how to say that, but it's another good basketball player. I think they call him the Greek Freak.
That's mean.
Oh well, it's because he's a beast though. 5 LeBron themed murals for your My Court, a LeBron signed or LeBron My Court design, and Kings Collection, the Nike LeBron apparel and footwear. 20 pairs at launch and 5 additional pairs at post-launch.
All right, we got it. Thank you, Casey.
So essentially, you're getting a whole bunch of digital crap.
You know who would sell virtual currency?
A lot of people. Yeah, Thatherton. He'd only deal in virtual currency.
Yeah, geesh. But this must work, right? This must... I mean, there are people out here that pay $100 for the gold version of NBA 2K, right?
Yeah,
it must be.
Because I think a lot of people get into like the My Team and the stuff where the currency comes into play. So it's like it makes sense because it's probably like I bet you 100,000 virtual currency that probably costs like I don't know. I'm imagining quite a bit of money on its own, you know. So like to get
you just save a lot of money.
To get this premium edition, yeah, it's like you're probably, if you were to buy all those things separate, you're probably saving a good amount of money. I'm guessing.
Me on these is that the gold versions go on sale on the eShop, and it'll be like $50. It'll be half off, and it's like, like less than a year, you know? And it's just like, I would feel so mad.
But these things come out every year, so you sort of, you sort of know what you're getting into, you know?
Yeah, that's true. It's like you're paying to play it now.
But you also got to think, I mean, and obviously this isn't the case for everyone, but like people who get into sports games, they might buy, I buy NBA 2K19 and I play it for like on and off the entire year, like where, yeah, I'm paying $100 for it, but I'm not going out and buying a million games. So it's like, I don't mind spending a little extra on a game. I know I'll be playing throughout the entire, season and probably, then all of a sudden they get into it like, oh, the season's upcoming next year, let me play this, and then all of a sudden the new one comes out, and then they buy that, so.
Right. Absolutely.
But yeah, you can also buy just the standard version for $59.99 as well.
If you're some gym bot.
Yeah. If you don't want your big money currency.
Yeah.
Actually, look, here, I could tell you.
That does it.
Yeah, so 75,000 virtual currency costs $20. And 200,000 costs $50, and you get 100,000.
So you get.
So that's probably.
You get.
So it's probably like $25
you save
worth.
$10. You save $10.
So and then plus all those other.
Don't forget the LeBron murals,
dude. You need to have murals of champions around your court, otherwise you will never yourself be a champion. It's proven.
That's funny. All right, well. We're done with the eShop Roundup.
eHaw!
And so that means that it's time for...
News Talk with Casey Gibson.
Yes, sir. And I am happy to report, Perry, I'm happy to say it is the return of the Hardy News Talk section.
All right.
Hardiness.
And it would have been like even more hardy if the Nintendo Direct would have launched, but it didn't.
Yep.
So
craziness. Last week we didn't even know of this Nintendo Direct officially. And then I think it was on Tuesday, or it might have been Wednesday that they announced that it was going to happen on Thursday. It was definitely after recording, I remember that. And everyone got real excited, and then I remember waking up Thursday morning, and they were like, actually, the Direct has been delayed. And I'm like, what? And unfortunately, there was a horrible earthquake in Japan, and I guess Nintendo, out of just respect to the families affected and all that, decided to postpone the Direct, and we don't actually have... No, we do have an official date for it, right? I know it was rumored to be this upcoming Thursday, but I'm pretty sure that's confirmed, right?
I don't think it's confirmed yet.
It's not okay. Or
they have to though.
Yeah, I guess it's all signs are greatly pointing to the fact that we'll have a Direct this upcoming Thursday. In which case, we will be having a special little one-off episode where we talk about all of these stuff covered. Hopefully, I'll be able to attend, depending on how the weather pans out. But if not, we'll definitely...
Just make sure you get a boat with Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I'll call in from my cell phone. I'm like, I'm sloshing through 4 feet of surge.
But I'm going to make this Nintendo Direct discussion.
Yeah, I'm pretty
about
excited.
Yoshi's Crafted World.
Yeah. But yeah, so that is rumored, and I believe we will be having special guest Neil Ronahan on for that.
That's right.
So we'll definitely have Perry and Neil, and hopefully I'll be able to join in on
Cassie.
That. Hopefully. But
I agree.
Now, like you said, a lot of this news, I have a feeling, was set for said Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
But whether there's some of them were leaks, some just were official announcements that probably, they had their own timelines, so they just sort of stuck to it. And then some other stuff that seems like it was maybe posted by accident and then rescinded real quick. But to kick us off
because,
here,
I can't believe they delayed that, dude. I cannot believe they delayed a Nintendo Direct. Like, it's just like, I don't really know why they would, like, they had so much stuff in place. Like, it seems like a lot of work to delay it, like a big announcement reel,
Yeah, just like, if it was just solely Nintendo properties or something, you could be like, well, that's easy enough to sort of control the story, or the narrative. Where when you have a lot of third parties who, like you said, it's like, well, they have been planning their whole marketing and all this jazz around, it being announced here. So, but yeah, so the first bit of leak that came out, and this was actually, I saw a screenshot someone had where it was like under related games you might like on Nintendo's website, and it said Yoshi's Crafted World set for 2019 release. Of course, we know what this game is as far as we've seen little bits of it, but now we appear to have a name. And what does that sound? Does that give some optimism for it to you, or what are you thinking hearing that name?
I mean, it's just exactly what I would expect from that name. I mean,
yeah. I mean, they're going for that like cardboard sort of, I guess, crafted world,
yeah, I mean, like, it's like the most boring name you could probably think of that works,
Yeah,
like,
I was
really,
thinking...
like Woolly World and then Crafted World, it's like...
Woolly World, I feel like at least, like, I don't know. That one sounds better to me than Crafted World.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't... But yeah... Crafted World doesn't... I mean, yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah, it's sort of boring. It's
gonna be an awesome game, but
yeah,
like it.
Yeah, I'm confident it'll be a game that I'll probably... Well, I'll definitely check out and I'll probably enjoy, so...
Right.
Now, these next, we got a little Final Fantasy block here.
Yeah, this is so weird.
Why don't you take the first bit right here?
Okay. Well...
Let me open my document first.
Final Fantasy, I mean... This is so cool. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition is coming out.
Ooh-wee!
In September!
That is
of
crazy. Yeah, that's a long while.
Yeah, man, that's a long.
Wait, did they say September? Did I make that up?
Maybe you just made that up.
I feel like maybe I don't. Hold on, hold the phone here.
I'm holding.
Because I'm thinking like, yeah, why would they wouldn't put September, would they? There's no official word on internet. It's coming to Japan in 2019. Yeah, I feel like that's September.
Oh, okay.
Strike that from the record. Just 2019. Okay. I was gonna say like.
So it could be January.
Square Enix releasing a release date that early. It's like, they're not going to hit it.
Right.
But yeah, no, this, have you ever played this game?
No.
I remember back in high school having, like, the most random group of 4 people, like from my school, and, like, us going and playing at this one kid's house. We all had our freaking Game Boy Lynx and everything, and oh man, so much fun.
Amazing.
Actually, it's funny. I saw a picture. Someone had the remastered edition on the TV, and then they had like the GameCube adapter plugged into the Switch, and then they had all 4 of the link cables connected to Game Boy Advance. And I was like, technically, it'll be possible.
Yeah, I saw that. And I wonder, I mean, this must be online then, right? I mean, I hope that's what they're going to do.
I tried to find any word, and it didn't seem like they didn't really comment on that. So,
well, I'm sure in the Direct, I bet, though.
It's coming to PS4 as well. So,
okay.
I'm thinking there's going to be online.
Yeah.
But I'm excited.
How would they do it, right? I mean, that's the only way to play multiplayer, correct?
Yeah, I think so, because like someone's got to carry the little like light bucket lantern thing. But I don't know. I'm excited for it because first off,
someone's got to carry it.
Yeah, Perry. No, but yeah, no. This makes me excited because it's a GameCube remake, which is exciting. Like, ooh, maybe more will come, but. I just remember having a lot of fun with it. Like, I know it's not like your traditional RPG, the Final Fantasy game that I remember most people wanted back in the day, but I remember having a lot of fun with it. It's got a nice style, and the remaster looks pretty nice. So,
and this might be the first Final Fantasy series game that I play.
Yeah, I feel like this would be really great for like even like you, me, Jill, and Kate. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's not one of those games that are so, like
deep,
daunting to like someone who's not, necessarily a huge gamer, And
right, totally.
Yeah, I think it could be fun. But what's also exciting is that Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD will be coming to the Switch. Now, the Pocket Edition, I guess, was made for your phones, you know what I mean? So it like dumbs down this art style to like the chibi graphics and whatnot. This is still going to be chibi graphic like that.
Weird.
It reminds me of like Final Fantasy III Remake for the DS. Like that kind of, but more polished, obviously, because it's, you know, HD
oh, is
or
that,
whatever.
were those remakes?
Yeah, like Final Fantasy III for the DS, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't realize what those were. So
yeah, those were like remakes of like the old, like I guess the top-down, you know, sprite graphics. You know.
Wait, but they didn't have sprite graphics on Final Fantasy 3.
No,
DS.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 3 DS is like the chibi'd. Well, not necessarily even chibi, but like the more cartoony, yeah, like where it's like it's not like their heads are ginormous and their bodies are tiny, you know, but it's like that sort of simplified polygonal, like PS1, 2, graphic kind of thing. But no, so now what I understand is this will be the full main story of Final Fantasy 15. I guess they've removed some side quests, so it's not going to be as robust, you know, as the PS4, and I think it came out to Xbox and stuff too. And then, now this I couldn't confirm, but someone had mentioned that they read that there was like simplified combat to an extent. So I don't know how. I'm not quite sure exactly on that, like if it really dumbs it down or if it just maybe takes a few of the systems that, you know, make it a little deeper, you know, so. But nevertheless, I think it's exciting. I don't think they were going to get Final Fantasy 15 up and running on the Switch. You know, I mean, without like really putting a lot of effort and work into it.
Oh, yeah.
Which honestly would probably, I feel like it would be worth. I feel like it'd be worth the squeeze, Perry. Because I feel like people would.
Lemon would be worth the squeeze?
I do. I think people, if they brought Final Fantasy 15 and it looked nice, even if it was like, you know, obviously dumbed down a little bit graphics wise, I feel like people would be like, mainline Final Fantasy game on the Switch on the go, which it's already a long game, so it'd be perfect for that. You know,
I just I think you're right. I just think that I think you're underestimating the effort. Like,
it would take a lot.
I know you know. I just mean I probably don't think it would be worth the squeeze because I think it would be. I don't think it because it wasn't crafted with the idea that they are going to put it on the Switch. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's such a gigantic like game. Like, it's not like Rocket League, you know, or like Doom even. Like, I feel like Doom, it's like, Doom's a big game. It's amazing they got on the Switch, but like,
it's a 12-hour game, you know, or whatever, 10, 12 hour. This is huge. No, and you know what? They probably looked at it like, look, if we remade 15 in its entirety, it's going to cost this much, and it might bring in this much. Where if we HD version the Pocket Edition, where it looks nicer, you know, it's going to cost this much, and we're going to make this much, and it's probably just a numbers game. But
no, I wonder if it's going to be physical, you know, or
I wonder.
I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Would you get it?
Are you interested?
Not really. I feel like Final Fantasy.
Have you played Final Fantasy games?
Yes and no. I've played a bunch of them. I've never really beat any of them. Like, I've played a ton of Final Fantasy VII a number of times, and I really love that game. I played 9 up to the final boss, and then I had to grind. And this is when I was younger, and I was like, I just never got back to it.
Right.
I played a little bit of 10. I really want to go back and play 3/6 on my SNES Classic. That's going to be one of these days. I will. That was like my Chrono Trigger. Like, I will get to it at some point.
Yeah. I kind of have come to terms that I just don't think I'll ever play a Final Fantasy game. I don't know. I mean, not that I'm against it.
Till Crystal Chronicles, dude.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, but
that's like a different kind of
time to play through the series and stuff. So
yeah, I think
I don't know. It's kind of daunting, you know.
I feel like 15 was sort of compared to like Xenoblade Chronicles X, like in those terms of like what kind of style game it is, you know.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it appeals to me on a very tiny little bit, but not where I want to sink however many hours it's going to take to beat it, you know. So.
Right. But nonetheless, it's one of the biggest video game franchises ever.
And it's sold
so it's good that it's coming to Switch. Yeah.
Like, so I have no doubt it will do well on the Switch.
Yeah. Now, another big game franchise, Civilization 6 is coming to Switch in a couple months.
Yep, right in time for the holiday, November 16th.
And I've never even like seen one of these games played. I've never played it. I've
played these games before. So,
nerd.
Yeah, essentially it's like a big, huge strategy game where I'm trying to think. I have not played. I know I played 4, and I think I played 5 as well. But essentially, like, you sort of start off your civilization, if you will, your little area, and it's all like a hexagonal grid. So, like, you start out with like a scout and like a builder, and it's like, okay, you got to start building farms, and then you sort of start building out your area, and each tile has like a certain worth. So, like, you'll be like, oh, okay, there's some food on that tile, like that'll be good to build a farm.
Okay.
Then they'll be like, oh, there's gold on that one.
Sounds like Catan.
So it's like, oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly, but like I've seen pictures of that game you're talking about, and I could sort of see how there would be similar, maybe.
Like just like in the resources and the hexagons, yeah.
Yeah, so to be like, oh, look, that one has gold, so like it's going to be smart to build a mine there, and then that'll get me more resources, you know? And essentially you just keep building up your city. And then there's a couple of different ways to win. You could win by like military force, so it's like taking out all the other players. You can win by like diplomacy or whatever, where it's like, oh, you've befriended everyone and you've become, you know what I mean, like you've world peace kind of thing, like the more passive route as far as military goes.
The Jimmy way.
Yep, and then I think you can win by like scientific. Endeavors, where it's like if you get to the point where like oh, you've like launched like a spaceship into space, it's like, you know what I mean. So it's like, but it's notorious for being unbelievably long. Each game, like you could play one game for like 40 hours, and it's like because you get into it, and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, now I'm invested in this game, and it's like there's a lot going on, and like you're just back and forth, and like. It is fun, and it's the classic, like, I'll do one more turn.
Gotcha.
And then all of a sudden, you look, and you've been playing for 4 more hours. And
it's time to go to school.
Yep, I know, like, the main, like, first thing, like, everyone was like, oh my god, one more turn on the go, like, we're screwed, you know?
Right.
So, I think this is a huge get. A huge get. And from what I read, I think there's actually, like, a mobile version of Civilization 6, and apparently it runs really well, so, you know, who knows, maybe it'll have really nice touch controls on the Switch, too. But yeah,
I hope so.
I'm thinking, like I said, I'm thinking that's a huge game for Nintendo.
Are you game?
That might be one, like, that I wait until there is, like, a time where I have, like, not playing a bunch of games and I can get into it, but like I said, it's just a time commitment thing. Yeah. Like I said, because like I remember, like I've played 4 and 5, and I feel like combined I probably played like 4 games, like 4 new games over those two titles, and like I've played probably a ton of hours, a stupid amount of hours for that few of games, but yeah, no, I think that one would be cool.
Is that just strictly single player?
I think you could play multiplayer. Let me see. I think I've only played it like single player just because I'm bad or whatever, you know what I mean? But,
okay.
Civilization has been try multiplayer, play multiplayer. Yeah, so it seems like there is multiplayer. It seems like this person has been having trouble with random people just leaving, but it might be really cool if you could do it with a friend. Like you and me playing a game where, like, oh, it might take us 3 weeks to finish this game, but it's sort of like we do a couple moves here and there,
Right.
But yeah, no, good stuff.
Cool.
Now, shifting gears to a little Pokemon news,
Pokemon.
The old Pokemans, let's go.
I love Pokemon.
Well, do you love it enough to get this dank new special edition?
Maybe.
It actually is a really nice addition.
I mean, yeah, I think the Eevee... Okay, so, yeah, if everyone doesn't know, there's a brand new Switch. It has like a cool Pikachu and Eevee decoration on the actual Switch unit and on the dock, and it comes with these Eevee and Pikachu
Joy-Cons, baby.
And the Eevee Joy-Con is kind of weird, right? Like it's like a light brown, like...
Well, what's the thing is,
kind of
it's
like a weird color for a Joy-Con.
What's sort of weird is that it's like they're like a close enough color to one another, but they're far enough away from being the same color that like they look sort of weird at the same time, you know?
Yeah, it's a weird combo.
They should have just done it where if you got the I guess it'd probably just be more annoying for packaging, but like if you get the Eevee edition, you get the Eevee cons, and if you get the Pikachu edition, you get the Pikachu cons, you know?
Right.
But I guess this way it's like they just slap it in one box, but no, I mean...
And you know what they're going to do next year with Pokemon? They got to do the white and the red Joy-Cons. Got to do that.
Gots to do it?
And then so they come out, and that'll be the special edition Switch, and then you can buy the alternates.
Boom.
As a set, you know? Because they're going to want to sell those anyway, because people are going to want to buy the Pokeball set.
Yeah.
That is so happening. That's a prediction of mine, by the way.
You know those Pokemon fans, too. They go,
but I mean, like, who
crazy.
wouldn't? I mean, like, how cool would it be to have your Switch look like a Pokeball? Because, like, with the black in the middle on the screen, it would look like, it would be awesome.
What's cool is the little extra straps you can slide onto the Joy-Cons when they're not in the system do accent the controllers nicely. They're actually different colors. Like the one for Eevee is sort of like the lighter fur around their neck, and the Pikachu is like the darker brown, you know, for his like tail and stuff. It should also be noted that this bundle, there's going to be an Eevee and a Pikachu one, so you will get, like I said, the Joy-Cons, you'll get the actual Switch with the nice sleek design on the back and the dock, but you also get whichever game, like you'll get that installed in there, and it'll also come with a Pokemon, the Pokeball Plus controller. So you get that in there as well. So, and I'm pretty sure that's retailing for for $399.99. So it is pretty good deal. Let me just double check that.
I mean, that would be... Isn't the Pokeball Plus like $50?
Yeah, maybe I'm making that up.
So I guess no.
Yeah, no, the Nintendo Switch Pokemon Go bundle is priced at $399. So it's actually... Because, well, I guess...
I mean, you save $10.
Yeah, I guess it's really... Well, with the game, if you get the game, which is $60, the controller, which is...
It's $50. So
I guess you only save $10. I was thinking the controller was more expensive for some reason.
Probably because the Super Smash Bros. Controller is more expensive.
Maybe that's it, yeah. But yeah, so moving along here, we've got some news on the old cloud saves.
This is bad news.
Yeah.
This is really pathetically bad, angry news.
Yep. So we found out...
I brought this up with you, remember?
Yeah.
And Johnny, I think it was.
It's crazy.
Someone.
So it said not all games will support the cloud saves. And I guess it came up online. You could sort of look at different games. And among them are Splatoon 2, Pokemon Let's Go, Dark Souls, Dead Cells, FIFA 19, and NBA 2K19. It should be note that the games that are on other consoles do support cloud saves. So it's not just necessary, it's not just...
thanks for that dig.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to... So it's not like... it's on their end,
So stupid.
Now, Nintendo did...
What is the point of cloud saves, then?
Well, Nintendo did come out afterwards, and they said the vast majority of Nintendo Switch games will support save data cloud backup. However, in certain games, this feature would make it possible to, for example, regain items that had been traded to other players or revert to a higher online multiplayer ranking that had been lost. To ensure fair play, save data cloud backup may not be enabled for such games. To ensure that save data cloud backups cannot be used to unfairly affect online multiplayer rankings, the feature will not be enabled in Splatoon 2.
That's unbelievable. That's so stupid.
See, now...
It makes me angry, dude.
Now, for like Splatoon, it's stupid, and like if there was a way they could just be like, well, we'll allow you to bypass the dumb, like, you need to get this rank to be able to play with your friends, you know? Like, if they got rid of that somehow, so it was like, oh, if you lost all your data, it's just rankings, and, like, I guess people get really into the guns and stuff, too, but...
It's stupid.
Oh, well, it's so dumb
dumb
no matter. They should find a way where it doesn't affect online rankings, you know? Like, it should just be like...
Of course they should. Like every other game in existence, on every other console, like you were saying...
Yeah.
This is so dumb. That's the one game that I literally I wanted save states for, and it's not. It's like, come on. Like, I don't want to lose all my Splatoon 2 stuff. Like, I don't care about other games. Like, it's like, that's the one game that I consistently play, you know? It's like, you know, there's so many ways they can do it. It's like, it's just so stupid. Like, Fortnite. Fortnite is on the cloud. Everything is just saved as an account. How can they not do that?
I don't know,
it's
man.
So stupid.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just
and
figure it out. Don't just take it away.
And one thing I could even okay, let's just say like they didn't for some reason anticipate cloud saves when they're making Splatoon. You know, it's like okay, but Pokemon's not even out yet. Like, why can't you know what I mean? Like, I could see if they looked back and like, man, the way we did this, it's like it would just screw everything up. But like Pokemon, they knew. I mean, they should have known, and I imagine they knew when they're making Splatoon with cloud savings.
Since they started.
Well, yeah.
I mean, it's like...
But,
yeah. But, no, I know what you mean.
Craziness.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's unforgivable to me that they can't.
It's a big no-brainer.
Splatoon, Pokemon, Dark Souls, Dead Cells? Dead Cells?
I mean, we had to get Dead Cells in here some way or another.
I mean, like, it's like, you know, it's dumb.
Yeah.
I don't see
like I said, I don't know.
I don't see how it's a dumb excuse, and they need to figure it out.
Like you said, they should have had they should have known, or they absolutely had to have known. Like, all right, we're going to be doing online, and there's going to be cloud saves, you know, like.
Yeah, what have they been doing? They haven't been releasing games.
Ooh, Perry's fired up right now.
I am fired up because it's stupid. It's so dumb. Like, you know, I mean, it's so, it's just, I honestly, I couldn't believe it when I heard it. I was like, no, that's just they didn't update their page. But then they actually came out and commented. I'm like, oh my goodness. And I even, you know, Don was talking about it. And I just was thinking, man, could they have screwed up to have one of the best games ever made, Splatoon 2, but then the infrastructure be so bad? It's just it just proves that gameplay can win over, even though they put themselves up against the worst. It's just so annoying, dude. But whatever. I mean,
classic Nintendo.
Classic Nintendo. I hope that they change it. Write a letter to your senators, everyone.
We demand Nintendo fix it.
I would love it if someone would write a letter to their senator about Splatoon 2's online infrastructure.
I'll write to the South Carolina senator. He'll be like, there's a dang hurricane coming, and we got a Jimmy out here complaining about Splatoon 2.
That's funny.
What if my saves are lost in the hurricane?
Oh, jeez.
But moving along to some more positive notes down here. We've got Mega Man 11 demo available. We mentioned that a little bit earlier, so you can jump over to the old eShop and get that bad boy. I'll let you take this next bit, because I'm sure you missed talking about Dead Cells.
I did, yeah. Even though I got to put it in there for the last thing. But yeah, it's outselling on Switch to PS4 4-1. So 4 times as many sales on the Switch. So, that's good. I mean, Nintendo is pushing it. I mean, this isn't surprising at all.
Oh, no, I mean,
right?
Yeah, I mean,
it's cool.
Like you said, Nintendo is behind it, and then
it's good.
The whole, honestly, like, I wonder, like, the whole plagiarism thing, you know, sort of bumped it into some more of a spotlight, too.
I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I don't know. Maybe.
It's more people who, that, if you've never heard of the game, you're like, what is, then now you heard of the controversy, and you're like, oh, actually, that game looks pretty sweet. Yeah, like, I'm sure it helped to get more eyes on it that might not have gotten eyes on it.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right. There's definitely more.
I know.
Definitely more. I don't know if it makes a huge impact, but
you never know, though. Any sales?
No, totally. But that's awesome. Oh, I'd love Dead Cells.
That would be nice.
It's going to be hard to push that one out for a game of the year.
Ooh, doctor. Woo, well, this next game's going to try, and that is Starlink. Now, They have now come out and said, Ubisoft, that Star Fox and Starlink is more of a crossover than it is just a guest appearance. And actually,
that's awesome.
Ubisoft met with
I haven't heard this.
Yeah, apparently Ubisoft met with the original Star Fox team to sign off on what they were doing. So it's so funny because I feel like Starlink is like Dead Cells 4-1. It's going to be like Starlink, like 10-1 on Switch to other consoles, because it's like I feel like anyone who gets it on PS4 or Xbox, it's going to just feel like it's missing so much.
Good for them for release, because I think it's really cool, honestly, that they're doing a multi-platform release, but then a really special release with Nintendo. Like, I think that's a really cool, because, it's cool that they can release a version that they can sell on other consoles if people are, if they don't have a Switch, and, it's good they can make money off that, but then they'll make a lot of money off of the Switch, too. So they're kind of, like, appeasing all fans, and I think it's cool, and I think it's, like... This is like way cooler crossover than Mario and Rabbids, Like, to me, like, just because I don't like the Rabbids is what I'm saying. I think a new franchise like Starlink sounds cool, and it's really cool that they what's with Ubisoft? Like, Ubisoft is like...
They're in bed with Nintendo.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. Like, they got 2 Miyamoto franchises, so...
Yeah,
pretty cool.
Like I said,
I think I'm excited, dude.
Me too. It's just going to be so funny to see like those other versions like pale in comparison,
Yeah. Because I wonder who's going to review this for the site.
I'm pretty sure me. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Donald Terrio.
Sorry, John. But yeah, it should be pretty cool.
Very cool.
Now, the next little bit here, we have a rumor. And Perry, what is that rumor?
The rumor is that Diablo 3 will release on September 28th, according to base.com.
Boom. Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. That's why I sort of went... I know it's a sort of a rumor off like a website, but it sort of would make sense. Let's say Switch Online comes towards the end, maybe on September 28th itself, which happens to be a Friday. If it came out, alongside that, it would make sense to be like, hey, we got this big multiplayer game that you're going to need this service for. Like, go out, buy Diablo, go out, buy, your $20 pass for the year and get going. But that would be pretty cool. It'd be pretty soon.
So weird. Yeah. It's funny. We're in mid-September now, aren't we? And we haven't heard anything because of the Direct yet.
Just, crickets.
It's going to be interesting. When this episode posts, it's going to be... Well, actually, we might post early because of the flood.
Yeah, dang old.
But it's going to be weird how... Like, there's a pretty big amount of information coming out. Man, was it 2 years ago? It was in September that they announced the Switch, right?
Yep. Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Crazy.
Yep.
And then last year, I don't remember what happened in September. Something did.
I think they just had some sort of... I guess it would have been... Something. Probably something along the lines of Mario related.
They gotta do Virtual Console.
Yeah, they'd be dumb not to.
Remember when we thought that like it was a given that GameCube Virtual Console was day one?
We had our eyes in the sky.
That is so funny. Smash is coming. I mean, like those rumors from all those people. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe.
But that's the best part about a new console and stuff. It's like it is just indulging in those crazy rumors and like just getting all hyped up to get broken down.
But you know what the worst part about a console is? Their disgusting cover arts that say internet download required that ruin all video game cases.
Well, it's so funny. I saw this this bit of news and I was like, I gotta put this on here just for Perry, because
thank you.
2K, NBA 2K19 has a reversible cover. Now, we've discussed this before where it's like, okay, leave that ugly one on the front, and then you can reverse it once you've purchased it and you understand you need that download. But they have put that ugly download requires on both sides. Why?
Oh, boy.
So silly. I don't get it, you know?
Right.
So weird. But...
so annoying. I hate it so much.
Well, I mean, I guess the good thing is I doubt you were planning on getting NBA 2K19, so there's at least that.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wasn't, and I will never, and I never will. See, it's just that simple.
What happens if they released an edition, they fix that problem? And they're like, hey, Perry, $10.
I'd buy it.
Boom. There you go. 2K, you could have another sale.
2K, you know what to do.
But yeah, that's going to bring us to the end of the news here. Like I said, finally a nice return. The only unfortunate thing is it might come at the expense of all of the direct news that you and Neil will likely be covering. I have a feeling, like you said, a lot of these were probably planned for the Switch, or the Direct, excuse me, and now they're sort of out in the wild. But I'm sure Nintendo's got some things up their sleeves. It was rumored that there'd be a potential Smash character release, which would be fun to check out. Obviously, we're going to see some of that Yoshi game, some more of it. So I think we'll still have some good stuff to talk about from the Direct, but I just hope I can see it.
I know. I'll relay everything to you.
With my nose service.
Yeah, no, through pigeons.
Yeah. In the back. There's the carrier pigeon. Big gust of wind. There he goes.
He gets all the way to you, but then at the very end, when he's in sight, he just gets blown away.
Sorry, sucker.
Oh, boy. I like all the visuals we're creating for this.
Yeah, it's a beautiful app.
Totally. Awesome. Well, we've come to the end of the news then, correct?
Yes, sir.
So it is time for another giveaway.
Already?
Yep. Start that Mario Party music. Yes. So John, this is just the one from last year. We're gonna announce the winner
from last year.
Winner from last week. Did I say year?
Yeah, sure did, Jimmy.
Leave me alone, Gibbons. So our good pal John Barlow sponsored a giveaway. He pulled a grizzle.
Old Grizzle Mazizzle.
And $10 eShop giveaway, and the winner is
drum roll.
McCade Allen.
Boom.
And he actually, or they, I don't know if it's a he or she, they said, I would love to get a Morphe's Law physical.
All right.
Yeah. So I could see some pretty nice case cover art for that.
So we got some Morphe's fans out there. Yeah, I could see with that art style and like being a real cool cover. Do you think they'd have the big requires download though on there?
Even though it doesn't.
Yeah, it just to mess with Perry.
Oh boy. But yes, thank you so much for everyone who entered in that. We got a bunch of retweets and stuff. That was a lot of fun. Thanks, of course, to John.
Yes.
You are seriously the coolest. Thank you so much for doing that. This is unsolicited. We aren't asking our fans to buy us eShop cards to give away, just so everyone knows. They just, by the kindness of their hearts, it just, brings a little tear to my eye, Case.
Yep, yeah. You guys going above and beyond. Obviously, like I said, we don't need anyone to do that, but we obviously appreciate it. We love giving things away and having anyone listening having a chance to win. So get
I also
everyone
love
involved.
making Twitter profiles and then claiming the eShop cards for myself.
Yeah. All right, Alan.
McCade Allen is the name. No.
But yeah, no, fantastic.
I have too many games. There's no point.
I ain't got time to buy more games.
I don't. I literally don't. So anyway, that's gonna wrap up our showcase. A little shorter.
Yeah, nice little break from those other eps. Hopefully, I should have a bunch to talk about next week. I have some downtime.
You have a story, for sure.
Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully I do.
Hopefully the story is the hurricane just died and you could just relax and
just play like 4 days or
work paid you and you didn't have to take any time off.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days until I got to go back to work. So
a nice little vacation, baby.
Woo! Oh, well, that was last night during the Jet game, which was one of the greatest Jet games I've ever watched. It was amazing.
I'm so happy for you, man. Like you've earned that one Jet game.
It felt so good. Well, did you see the beginning?
The first pass.
Yeah, first pass, pick 6. I'm like, oh.
That was covered on my local news.
It was the most Jets thing to ever happen to anybody. You know?
Oh man, I wish I would have seen your.
Honestly, like, dude, I would
love to watch a Jets game.
Like, I wasn't even mad. Like, it was more just like you couldn't help but chuckle and be like, are you kidding me right now? I was like, have you seen? Go figure.
I love a nice melty soul.
Maybe it's time to hang up the sticks, Perry.